Is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero worth the money? Let's talk about it. I'm a pretty big fan of Dragon Ball, so I went into this game already excited. And I can certainly say it ended up living up to what I was expecting this game to be. The fights in the game are both super fun and super cool to experience. It's all so cinematic. It looks like you're watching a fight straight out of the anime. The graphics in this game are really well done. The game also has a massive roster of 181 characters, allowing you to relive so many Dragon Ball fights. It's pretty impressive. However, in order to unlock all those characters, you do have to play many of the modes that the game offers. One of the many modes that this game includes is the Battle Episodes. This mode allows you to play out the story of 8 different characters from the Dragon Ball universe, allowing you to live out their stories and at times even create new timelines and change things around in the story. I thought this mode was honestly pretty fun and surprisingly harder than I thought, but I kind of liked that as it made the fights more intense and more like the show. I also did want to add that I found that the cutscenes in this mode were pretty lazy at times. Moving on from that mode, we also have a bonus battles mode. This allows you to fight in custom created matches with its own different rule sets. I think this mode is pretty cool. Not only does it allow the player to participate in challenges that the game already provides, but it also allows them to create cool little stories for other players to play or experience, and they can be as wild or funny or intense as you want them to be. It's pretty cool. Moving on from that mode, there's also the classic player versus player mode, where you can play on or offline against bots or other players, in split screen if you have a friend nearby. You can also create lobbies online for your friends to join in, and there's also a rank match system that you're able to look for other players either in your ranking or higher than your ranking if you want to try to push the limits a little. In the tournament mode, you test your luck against other players and see who's the best and who's able to win the tournament at the end. In the tournament mode as well, there are multiple types of tournaments, all with their own rule sets. Where, for example, you may have one tournament where your health bar does not replenish, so the damage you take from the last fight will carry over to the next fight. While other tournaments have ring outs, allowing players to knock you out of the ring, and if they are successful, you're knocked out of the tournament. There's plenty to do in this game, which is nice, but when it comes down to the fighting, that's where it's important, and the fighting in this game is pretty fun, and pretty intense if you know what you're doing. It's pretty easy to pick up for new players, with the main combo being mostly just the punch button. However, there's surprisingly a lot of mechanics the game adds to this system. You're actually able to trip up enemies, knock them up or down depending if you're in the air or not. You can grab them, counter them if they're coming in for a punch, dodge out of their way, dash around, fly up and down. There's plenty to do on the defensive side that it makes it pretty interesting what you can do in this game. I think the best way to describe the fighting in this game is easy to learn, hard to master. Every fighter fights the exact same. The only big difference being what specials they have. If they're able to do a Kamehameha or not, or if they're able to do a Dragon Fist or a Final Flash. It all depends on the character you're playing. Transformations that can be used are also character dependent. The one-on-one fighting can definitely get pretty competitive pretty quickly in this game. However, I do have a couple of complaints when it comes to the online ranking system. If you're not playing as the top tier character, then you're gonna have a much harder time online. My favorite character in Dragon Ball is Gohan, and I did have a lot of fun playing online as Gohan, as he's my main character. However, I do think it's a little unfair when you start a fight as Gohan with 3 health bars against someone like Ultra Instinct Goku who starts with around 6 health bars. Is it possible to win these fights? Yeah, for sure, I've done it. but the amount of extra effort that I have to put in compared to my opponent is a little annoying to deal with. It feels like it just makes it easier to just pick the character with the more health bars, allowing me to tank more hits, dish out more damage, play the exact same as I would if I were picking Gohan. The only difference is that I no longer have Gohan's skill sets. It's also a little annoying when you pick a character that transforms compared to someone that picks a character that's already at the max transformation. I was hoping that if you transform upwards in the middle of your fight, you actually gain bonuses. However, I have yet to see what those bonuses are. I don't think you gain any bonuses. It just seems like you waste a bar and you are now a new character. That's about it. To be honest, I didn't mind the rank system, but I didn't love the rank system. However, where I did find a lot of fun in this game was with the online tournaments. My favorite being the Yamcha games. For the Yamcha games, you are randomly given a fighter to play as, and that's the fighter that you have to stick with for the entirety of the tournament. You can get very lucky with getting someone like Ultra Instinct Goku, or you can get very unlucky getting Mr. Satan. It's up to luck. And it also allows you to try out one of the many characters. The game has 181 characters, I might as well use them, and the Yamcha games is a great way for me to try out many new characters. I had a blast in this mode. Even if I won, even if I lost, I didn't really care. I was just having fun seeing all the fights play out, and the luck even. It was just a blast. So I guess ultimately, when it comes to is this game worth the money? If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you love the anime, you love the fights, and you want a game that does that, then yes, this game's absolutely worth it. It plays like the anime, it looks like the anime, and it's really fun. If you're more a fighting game fan of like competitiveness, it's 50-50 if I would recommend it for you. If you're looking to try to be the best in the ranked system, you're probably going to want to start looking at pretty high tier characters, or just play insane and smack everyone online. If you have a group of friends and you're looking for something to just kind of play with one another and see who's better and just beat each other up, then yeah, I would probably recommend it to them as well. Overall, I would recommend this game, mostly because I had a lot of fun with it and I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. So with all of that being said, what are my final thoughts on the game and what would I rate it? Alright, let's start with the graphics. The game looks just like the anime. And the maps all look really good. Destruction in the game also looks really good. Next, onto the story. There's 8 different stories for you to explore. The what if stories are fun. However, the cutscenes are pretty lazy. Next is the gameplay. The fighting is super fast and super fun. Great way to play out moments from the anime. Moving on to the performance. No major issues for me to report. I was playing this on PC, however, so console may vary. Moving on to the sound. The music can get super epic, and the voice lines all sounded great. Overall, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero gets a 3.75 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching my review. Are you interested in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and if so, have you played it, or what are your thoughts on the game? I'd love to hear more about it. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you like this content and want to see more like it in the near future. Thanks again for watching my review. I've been Flame TP, and I'll see you all next time.